everybody. My name's Daniel, and um, a person actually asked me to do a little bit of the Korean numbers. Pretty straightforward. I got everything on my little index cards here, and the first one is il. Yung I Ril. Really easy. That's one. And if you're wondering, this is Sino Korean. Sino. Sino Korean. This is more like the original kind. Original. There's Sino Korean, Native Korean, and Ordinal. There's also another one, but that's more like if you want to be more really traditional, really traditional. But that's the really traditional one is Hanja, but that one is more like a complex one, more of a more traditional from back in the past one. This is Sino Korean. This is il one Young I Ril. That's one in Sino Korean. Young I. That's basically two. Young I. That's all of it. Sam, that's three. E was two. Sam is three. Should mium. That's three. And I'm sorry if you guys can't see it that much. I'm still working with the lighting. I skipped four, but Sa is oh wait a minute, that's why. Sa is basically take this off. Just take mium off. Just take mium off, and that's Sa. That's it. That's all for four. That's all of it. Sa, just take out the mium from Sam, and that's it. You got four right there. Just take it off. So Sam, and then Sa. That's it. Or is basically just or Young or. That's it. That's five. So Sam is three, Sa is four, and O is five. You have Yuk, which is Young Yu Gyuk. That's it. That's six right there. Young Yu Gyuk. That's six. Yuk is six. Chil Chit I Ril. That's seven. Chit I Ril. That's seven. And like I said, this is all Sino Korean, which is like what people like use most times. Sometimes, some people use Native Korean, which I'll get to after this. There's pal. That's eight. Piep a ril. Piep a ril, which is basically not eight. That's it. That's basically eight. Gu is nine, which is straightforward. That's gyuk u. That's basically it. That's nine right there. Gyuk and u. That's nine. Ship is kind of complex. That's shit I biep. That's 10. Ship I biep. That's basically 10 in Sino Korean. Now we go into Native Korean. Native Korean. The first one was Sino Korean. The first 10 I did Sino Korean. This was Native Korean, which is Hana, Hiet, A, Nien, A. But it's basically straightforward. Just changing the first consonants, which is Hiet and Nien. That's all that you're saying. Hana. That's it. That's one in Native Korean. Dul, Diet, U, Ril. That's two in Native Korean. Diet, Digut. I always get mixed up. Digut, U, Ril. That is two in Native Korean. And I have no idea what I could relate to in American language, so sorry. 3 and 4. Pretty straightforward. You just change the first consonant. Should, should. That's all you're doing. That's all you're changing. That's all you're changing. The first consonant. Should, should. Net, nien, should. That's 3. That's 4. That's all that you're changing. The first consonant of the whole entire thing. That's all you're changing. 3, 4 in Native Korean. Native Korean. 3, set. 4, net. Set, net. 3, 4. That's all you're changing. Basically, set like a set, and net is like a net, like some person trying to catch a fish. Now, dasut and yosut pretty straightforward also. Dasut, yosut. The only thing you're changing is the consonant and vowel in the beginning. Dasut, digut, shit, or should. That's basically it. And then just changing the first consonant and the first vowel. Yung, your, should, or should. That's all you're changing. Yung, your, should, or should. That's all you're changing in the whole entire thing. Dasut, yosut. 5, 6. That's all you're changing. The first consonant and first vowel in both of them. That's all you're changing. 5, and 6. And that's what you saw in native Korean. 일곱 is kind of complex, but it's not really. 일곱, 이응, 이, 리을, 기역, 기역, or 비읍. Basically, straightforward. This is 7 in native Korean. This is 7 in native Korean. If you guys can't see, I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it more focused. I'm sorry about that. But that's 7. 일곱. 이응, 이, 리을, 기역, or 비읍. That's basically native Korean 7. 일곱. 여덟. 8. 이응, 여, 디귿, or 리을, 비읍. Pretty complex, but it's not that much complex. But 이응, 여, 디귿, or 리을, 비읍. That is 8, 여덟 in native Korean. Oh, pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. 아홉, 이응, 아, 얏, or 비읍. Pretty straightforward. That's 9. 아홉. It's like IHOP, the American restaurant, and some other restaurant. 이응, 아, that's basically that. 이응, 아, 얏, or 비읍. 아홉, that's 9. 아홉. 열. 10. 이응, 여, 리을. That's it. That's 10 in native Korean. Or the second round of 10 is basically native Korean. The first is the Sino Korean. This is native. 열. 이응, 여, 리을. That's all it is. 열. That's it. 이응, 여, 리을. That's it. That's 10. Now what I'm going to do is, this is kind of straightforward, because if you remember sheep, the actual Sino Korean for 10, this is basically, if you're just adding, like, when you saw the first 9, if you only what 0 is gong, yong, or zero. Gong, yong, or 0. Gong, gyuk, or ieng. Yong is also the same one. It's ieng, yo, ieng. I'm sorry I didn't put that on, because if people want to know that, I just did it for them. It's the O, the I, it's, well, that's for one. It's gyuk, or ieng. And then the other one is ieng, yo, ieng. That's all it is. Now, pretty straightforward with Sino Korean for the 10 all the way down to 100. It's pretty straightforward. The only thing you're doing is adding when you see the first 1 to 9 on the Sino Korean, you're just adding it to sheep. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 20 is right here. You're just adding E to it. That's all you're doing. Seriously, that's all you're doing. You're just adding that. You're seriously just adding 2 to E ship. That's all you're doing. So you're just adding E ship. That's all you're doing. Same with Sam ship. Right there. Same with Sam ship. You're just adding Sam. Sa sheep, same thing. Just adding sa to sheep. That's all you're doing. That's how you say it. So 20, 30, 40, 50, and then basically all sheep, sa sheep. Basically, you're just adding the actual first 9 numbers into sheep. That's all. So you're just adding it in front, and then just saying that. That's basically how you say from all the way to actual all the way to the top. Next thing you know, yeah, back. Back is actually how you say Korean in Sino Korean. Back is biup, gyuk. Back. That's all how you say 100 in Korean, like that. That's all you have to say. And now when it comes to the actual weird thing about it is that when it comes to the actual, I think, oh yeah, it's right here. Now native Korean. Well, actually, I do native Korean in other episodes, but this one is just native Korean. But yeah, that's what I said. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you want to combine both the Sino Korean, the first 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you're just adding that to sheep. That's all you're doing. That's literally all you're doing. You're just adding the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all those consonants from that, adding it right into you're just adding it right into sheep. Just putting it in the front and then say sheep. E sheep, some sheep, all sheep, sheep, 이 sheep, 삼 sheep, 사 sheep, 오 sheep, 육 sheep, 칠 sheep, 팔 sheep, 구 sheep, back. Back is the only one, and then so on and so forth. That's Sino Korean. But yeah, in another episode, I will put down native Korean. Native Korean is a little bit different, a little bit more complex, but still alright. I hope you guys do it. I have everything right here ready for that. It's pretty straightforward because the only thing you're doing is basically just putting a little more in it. It's a little bit different, but that's why I had to say that Sino Korean is basically when you're done with when it comes to 10, it's just 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Then 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That's basically how you're doing it. You're just adding the first 9 of the whole entire Sino Korean 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're basically adding the 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're just adding it. So it's not sheep, it's just sheep. Sheep is 10 in Korean. Sheep is 2. You're just 20. Sheep is 20. So basically that's all you're doing. You're just adding the the one I'm going to show you guys where I actually found a little website here. The only thing you're doing is basically adding the first 9 of the actual Sino Korean and putting it back into the actual when it goes to 10. So when you go to 10, you don't automatically say sheep. That makes no sense. Sheep, it really makes no sense. Just say sheep, sheep, sheep. Should that's all you're saying. That's 10 right there. But after that, when you hit 20, it's sheep. You're just adding from the first 9 into it. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. Like some sheep, same thing, some, and then sheep, sa sheep, 오 sheep, 육 sheep, 칠 sheep, 팔 sheep, and 구 sheep. That's all you're doing, and then next you know you get the back, it's back. 백일, 백이, you're just adding the actual thing. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. I will get to more complex in the next one, native Korean, but that will be it for the Sino Korean. If you guys and if you're wondering, gong I think is for I think it's all for that. But yeah, gong, yong, and jero. Jero is basically people a lot Korean say. There's gong, yik, or ing, and there's yong as in ing, yo, ing. That both of them are 0. So I just want to say, if you guys have any other questions, I will get right to it in the comments, and I'll go to native Korean right after this. Have a great one for day, guys. Just ask me any kind of Korean question you guys want, and I will do the best of my ability to answer it. Have a great one for day, guys, and we'll see you guys in future videos, and I'll get to native Korean right after this. Have a great one for day, guys. I put the link to the actual place where I found it in the description down below. Have a great one for day, guys, and we'll see you guys in future videos. Bye-bye! Oh, that's actually kind of hard due to the fact that native Korean is more complex.